questions?
Nope, we're good. Second time around with Houston, anything different that you take after getting to see them once, or were
Well, I think what really stands out is, how good they are, and their physicality. Really, for me, didn't show up on tape as much as it did in person last time. The physicality, every shot that goes up, they hit you, and when the shots don't go up, there's a physicality to how they play, and really good basketball team. Really impressive the way they execute it, and probably, as far as our league goes, probably the most elite on both sides of the court. Anybody in the league.
What's different about them, or is there anything different about them home and away? Because they've been in some close games on the road, but at home, really only one close game in conference play.
Yeah, they're really taking care of business pretty handily at home. I don't really look at that split a whole lot, Chad. It's more along the lines of how teams are playing, and what every good team grows throughout the season, particularly offensively. I look more along those lines than I do how they do on the home and the road.
Coming into the first game, Sasser was playing okay, but not exceptional, and it seems like ever since that game, he's really turned it on. Does that jump him up the scouting report as somebody?
He's been awesome. He had 17 in our game, I think, and he's averaging, since they played us, almost 14 a game, shooting high percentage from three. Looks like a veteran guy. I've always said freshmen aren't freshmen anymore when you get in February and March. I just think he's playing at a really high level, as is Mills, and their whole team is. I mean, they're a really good basketball team, made up of a collection of really good pieces of talent. And obviously, Coach Sampson does a great job putting it together.
John, it seemed like that Jaron was pretty banged up about whatever it was, 5 days ago or so. How important has this week been for him? Where is he at right now?
Well, we'll get it. We've had some days off. I think it's been really important. We've practiced some, and we've kind of gone back and forth between practicing and pouring some guys out. So it's been really limited reps so far this week. Get some more reps in today, so I'll know more today and tomorrow as we implement our game plan and things like that. So, but it's been a week of really trying to make sure guys are healthy enough to practice and then to prepare. I would have liked more time on the floor, but it was the right thing to do based on the amount of games we played recently.
Just to be clear, is the plan for him to play right now, Sunday?
Yeah, I always meet with our training staff as soon as I leave here. They haven't given me any inclination on the contrary.
Is it ever maybe detrimental to have so much time to think about a team for a week?
I don't know if our guys are thinking about it for a week.
Yeah. But for you?
Yeah, no, not this week. It's been fun. It's been great.
Yeah.
John, I'm sorry.
At this time of year, you've caught a few maybe different looks, like Memphis threw that box and won. I think Wichita State had a different starting lineup. Do you think about potential things teams might do, or do you just try to focus on?
Yeah, you can't guess. I mean,
Yeah.
again, you can't really guess. You can't go into your guys. All right, we think this may happen. We got to go with what they're going to do. And typically teams that are playing for championships, you know who they are because they know who they are. And when they know who they are, that's why they're so good. And we're not a team that we'll make tweaks here and there. We're not going to throw a whole lot of different stuff at you. And I don't sense Houston being that kind of team. They know who they are, and that's why they're so good.
We're almost 2 weeks from Selection Sunday. I'm sure you've heard that word a ton and asked about it a lot. But for you as a coach at this time of year with the pressure, how well do you work under the pressure in a spot like this where everyone's kind of wondering, is UC in or out? Do you need to win these games? How do you work under that kind of pressure?
Yeah, I think the guys got to see me consistent every day, just being who we are. I mean, we talk about the process. We have to be about the process. This is what we do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so we can play well on Thursday. This is what we do in X amount of days, so we can play well. So they understand what that process is. They understand what today's practice will be like, and with that comes a comfort level, and you've prepared yourself. Now you got to go out and perform.
Is there a difference going into March here at Cincinnati than you experienced at NKU?
Sure. I mean, I guess in Northern Kentucky we had to win those 3 games in the conference tournament in order to get to the NCAA tournament. We kind of put ourselves in a position a little bit that this year we have to win here late. But there's some similarities and some differences. But again, it's kind of the outside influence of things that the media wants to write about and what the people want to talk about, which is great because that's why the March Madness is what it is. But when you're inside it, you really got to prepare the same way because it's the only way it's going to give you a chance to be successful.
you notice a change of magnitude here in Cincinnati in the American Athletic Conference compared to the Horizon League, the NKU?
Well, I haven't been in a conference tournament yet, so I don't know how to compare that, but, I mean, obviously, you know, to me, basketball's basketball. You know, fan bases are a little bit bigger in terms of the crowds and whatnot, but at the end of the day, you know, we're gonna pretty much do what we do.
You mentioned you wanted to be on the floor more this week. Do you think that maybe you weren't on the floor more, not just because of the stretch you came off of, but because you're going Sunday, Tuesday on the road?
That played into it, yeah, certainly. I mean, the fact that we play Sunday, Tuesday, 2 of our last 3 games are, you know, 2 games in 3 days. We played, you know, noon local time, then we come back and play Tuesday evening. So, or Sunday, Tuesday, it's a quick turnaround.
I mean, not ideal. I know you don't get to make the schedule, but not an ideal stretch in terms of timing.
Yeah, I mean, it's what it is. I mean, didn't have an ideal, you know, the last opponent we had here at home prior to Wichita had a week to prepare for us. We had 2 days to prepare. It is what it is. I don't make the schedule. So we take what, our key thing is, this is what I tell our guys all the time. They give us the schedule at the beginning of the year. We make it the first part of it, right? Nowhere on our schedule does it say Cincinnati. So let's just not beat ourselves. The other teams want to beat us bad enough. So it doesn't matter when we play. Let's just make sure we're taking care of our own business.
Will you get a chance to peek at the score across town, across the river tonight?
Big one tonight, yeah. No, I hope to. I'll be prepping tonight, and you know, that game certainly always seems to come down to those 2 schools. Every matchup has always been for first place. So excited for the seniors too. Obviously, those guys mean a lot to me in terms of being with them for the 3 years I was with them. So you know, it's a big night for them, not only for to win a championship, but senior night.
The rebounding margin in the first game against Houston was close. I think they out-rebounded you guys about 3 or 4.
Yeah.
What, did you match their physicality, or was the effort where you wanted, or is there something else involved there?
Yeah, I don't know that we matched their physicality. I think they had, I don't remember exactly, maybe 14 offensive rebounds. So we got to do a better job there. I mean, this is the #1 offensive rebounding team in the country. They get their shots from certain spots, and because of that, they know where the ball's coming, and they know who's shooting the shots when. And a lot of times you're in rotations because they're putting you in rotations based on isolations and stuff. So you got to have different kind of, your blockouts got to be rotational at times. And bottom line is you got to hit somebody. So you're either the hammer or the nail.
Yeah, I was going to
Which one
ask.
do you wanna be?
Well, you know, we're so focused on rebounding and the margin, but is there transition or other things that we don't maybe realize sort of the fallout from what they're rebounding?
Yeah,
leads
I don't
to?
think coaches don't look at rebound margin unless we look at percentage of rebounds. So because, you know, we may play at a pace that's more possessions, same thing as points per possession. Different teams play different, so we base on how many rebounds there are, and then what's the percentage of those that we're getting back. And when you're dealing with Houston, you better block out. That's the biggest thing.
In that
Coach,
last,
you-
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sure. In that last game with the free throw percentage, have you addressed that this week, or have you done anything in practice?
What was our free throw percentage last game?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm just wondering if you
You're talking
talked
about
about
the Houston game or our last
the
game?
last game against Houston.
Oh, no, that's the free throw percentage that a long time ago. It's just one game. I mean, we won't bring that back up. I thought we shot free throws pretty well here lately.
Coach, you've had quite a few significant statement kind of wins here that have been big, that have felt like defining wins already. Where would this one rank, or just how big would this win be at this point in the season on Sunday?
Well, you know, 2 first-place teams playing each other on Sunday afternoon. I mean, it kind of 3 games to go in the season, and it kind of sets the stage itself. You know, that's why you come to school here to play for championships and, you know, put the UC uniform on, Cincinnati Bearcat uniform on. And, you know, I'm excited to go down there. I haven't got a chance to coach in that venue yet, so we're certainly excited about getting down there.
You've got 2 seniors that have played for championships in each of the past 3 years. Do you lean on them going into this game? You got Chris too, but do you lean on them going into this game to help some of the others understand it?
We've been leaning on those guys all year, so it won't be any different than when we leaned on them when we went to Wichita, when we went to UConn, when we played here home in Memphis. Those guys have been a big part of what we do all season, so you know, we'll lean on them regardless.
We had that weird thing with the bite in the last game with DeJon Jarreau. Do you feel like your interaction with Kelvin Sampson, were you pleased with how that was all handled and the suspension and everything?
Yeah, I was comfortable with how it was handled. It didn't, you know, affect our guys or our team or anything. I mean, those guys didn't have any lingering effects from it in terms of injury or anything like that. And, you know, Coach Sampson and I talked the next day, and he was gracious in terms of his communication with me. So I don't even think about that.
Looked like at the beginning of that last game you guys played against, there was a little skirmish at the start. How much do you talk to your guys about not getting involved in sort of like the game within the game?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it's something you gotta communicate to guys, especially when you're playing rivalry games and things that are that physical a lot of times. So it's certainly something that, you know, we bring up from time to time. I think when you got a veteran group, it helps because they understand that, you know, what happens if you don't handle it the right way.
Anything else?
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.